Tour's going really well. It gets a wee bit more tiring with every year that passes, but we're having a great time, and more importantly looking forward to the start of next season for the Hibs. I keep up with the Hibs every day, using the websites and checking in the Hibs own site or checking on the newspapers. Yeah, I'm as concerned to know what's going on at the football club as anybody else. Delighted to hear about new signings at Hibs. It shows we're going in the right direction. We made an early start this season in getting people in. I think a testament again to Alan Stubbs and to Leanne Dempster for really focusing on getting players in at an early stage. I think it's going great. I think that the improvements on the park were there for all to see last season, and I believe next season is going to be better still. I think HSL is remarkable in the progress it's made in the last few months. We started off 4 months ago, 5 months ago with nothing. We're now 4% owners of the club. I think that's a remarkable achievement. We've got our numbers up where nearly towards 1,000 now, and I think with progress, I would like to hit a couple of thousand over the next year. I think that's realistic. I mean, my opinion's always been the club would be better 100% owned by the fans, but certainly to look towards getting a substantial share ownership is the minimum we should be looking for. I think getting a substantial share owner in the club, something north of 25%, is vital in that it gives us a real say on how the club is run. It gives us influence on the board, and it means that our voice as supporters is being heard loudly. And it also means that if there were ever another hostile takeover bid, the Wallace Mercer type thing, if someone who was there to do us harm, then we can make a difference in stopping that happening. As I say, my preference would be that the club was 100% owned by the people. But if not, certainly a substantial share, as we call a spoiling share, to put off any hostile intent from potential new owners. I think there was resistance initially when HSL started up because there's been a downward spiral in the Hibs' fortune, as anybody knows the club and has watched it for the last number of years. I think there's probably suspicion of motives. I think largely that's died away as it's become apparent that we're raising money for us, the supporters, to help the club. That's the only agenda. I think perhaps there was the suspicion before that there was some sort of in-between organisation. What are we? We're supporters really who are buying into the club, helping the club on a substantial level. $250,000 already raised, 4% ownership of the club. This makes a difference in the quality of player that Alan Stubbs can afford to put out on the park, and that ultimately is what's going to guarantee us coming back to the top level of Scottish football, not just getting promotion. I think the progress is there for all to see. I think Hibs were so much better last season than they were the season before. They look like proper athletes. They play the way that Hibs supporters down the generations have wanted to see. Attacking football, guys that look like they want to be in the club, supporters who sound more motivated when they come to the game, and hopefully a growing number of them, I think, for next season. I think that the improvements are there for all to see. I think we were marginally unlucky last season. This season, I think we're going to be luckier, and I think the luck's going to come partially because we're going to hire a better quality of player. Some of that's to do with the money that HSL is putting in towards a club. We in the club are the same. Ultimately, we all want the same thing. We want a better player on the park. I think we're going to get that, and the more that people put money in to HSL, the more HSL can pass on to the manager and the club, then the quicker we're going to get back up to the level we want to see Easter Road. Join HSL, simple as that. Leanne Dempster's made it very clear that we've made a difference already to the budget of the football club. That can be passed on to the manager, as I've said. The more of us that dig in, the more of us that contribute month to month, the more we all feel part of the same thing, because this is what's probably died away at Hibs over a number of years. The more it's put back together again, we can turn the downward spiral that we've been in for a number of years, we can reverse it and turn it into a sort of virtuous cycle where the supporter puts money in through his season ticket, through HSL, more money is raised for the club, the better quality of player that's going to be on the park, more supporters turn up to the game, and so it goes, and on and on and on. And that's the realistic way we can grow the football club. It's our responsibility. You know, as owners, as directors, go into the past, as they come and they go, what's left is the club, it's the support. If we don't get behind it, then no one else is going to. And if we get behind it, the Hibs are unstoppable.